hey class, I want to go over your final exam information with you because this is what we're going to be working on every week until the end of the semester, the final. So you are going to want to work on this throughout and not just wait until the last minute, because each little piece is designed to help take you further in the process and reduce stress in the long run because you have many checkpoints throughout. It's a really great way to approach any assignment. So it is an argumentative research essay. You are going to argue, choose a problem in society. It can be any problem. Explain the problem a little bit, like show that it is a problem, and then offer a solution to that problem, making sure you've also provided evidence for, like, yes, this problem exists and this solution is the best. Because we've looked this whole semester, we started with rhetoric, and then we moved into text evaluations and analysis and thinking about, like, how everything's supposed to be persuasive. So now it's your turn to show that you can be persuasive. So you're going to be arguing a position in which you want people to agree with you, yes, this is a problem, and yes, this is a solution moving forward. So you do need to use acceptable academic resources, books, scholarly articles, expert interviews. I highly suggest that you use the CCCC database, which you will be practicing with in the next couple of assignments, and have a broad topic that you then narrow down. However, when you're doing your research, you want to make sure that you keep in mind who your audience is, and you address kind of multiple viewpoints, so that way you are challenging their minds and you're really pulling them together by showing the other side and then proving that side wrong politely, civilly. You're showing that you have really thought this out. I do want to note on your topics, make sure it is a topic that you are not so connected to that you can't think of the opposition. So one topic that this seems to be struggle with is abortion. I very rarely, if ever, have students who can take on the abortion topic, argue that it is a problem in society in some way, shape, or form, however you do that, and then propose solutions that don't treat poorly the opposition. So if you are unable to read an opinion from the opposing side as you and stay calm or treat it politely or speak of them civilly, then this is not the topic for you. You should be invested in it some, but not enough to where you can't even fathom trying to understand someone else's point of view. You are making a scholarly argument, so you need to choose a topic that will give you access to scholarly support, not just opinion. So you are doing research. You're going to have 5 sources. I want you to avoid non-academic sources, so Wikipedia, a random person's blog, those kind of things. Don't use opposing viewpoints. Don't go to procon.com, like none of that. Use a scholarly source, and make sure that you're keeping copies or saving the links to your sources so you can access it later to make your work cited and double check your information. So your process is outlined here. Select your topic, and it gives you some questions to think about, and then it has you think about how can we solve the problem, and then it wants you to talk about why is it a viable solution? Why is your solution the best? So those are just guiding questions to help you develop your topic and your ideas as you move through the brainstorming and research process. Now for the nitty-gritty, these are the questions that you're always like, the basic information. MLA format. Yes, you're using index citations. Yes, you have a work cited. Excuse me, sorry. Yes, you have to use quotes. Yes, you have to paraphrase. You need to have 5 sources. You can have more than 5, but a minimum of 5 sources. It needs to be 4 to 6 pages in length. That is double-spaced, because remember, MLA format says everything is double-spaced. But 4 pages, double-spaced, not including your works cited page. Have your title reflect your content, not the prompt. Have an introduction, a thesis, a conclusion, and use proper academic writing. So then, when we look at the rubric, we can see that if you send me a final exam that is not in proper MLA formatting, then you will have 24 hours to fix it. So check that before you submit it to me. If you don't get it back to me in the 24 hours window, I will grade it, but you're going to lose points. So it breaks down the elements of the paper into 25 points. Your argument is worth 20 points, but you can see if you don't present a solution, that's 5 points gone. If you don't consider the opposition, 5 points gone. So you can very quickly start losing points here and there that add up if you're not meeting all the requirements. It gives you a minimum of quotations, 2 short and 1 long quotation. I'm going to be honest, you're probably going to have more than that if you're writing a well-supported essay, but that's the minimum. I also am expecting a minimum of 2 paraphrases. Paraphrase is not a summary paragraph. A paraphrase is a short, quick rewrite of someone else's thoughts into your own. Information on, do you introduce, do you cite, do you have a works cited page, and then grammar. No first, no second person, no contractions. Watch out your spelling. Do your sentences have meaning or are they just fluff? Watch out for run-ons and fragments. Are you using your punctuation marks correctly? Are you transitioning? So this rubric really breaks down point by point where you can earn things and things to check, so make sure you're paying attention to it. Let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to reading about your topics.